Okay, today we're having
That's all I can get.
a worksheet that combines all the stuff that we've learned so far. So, I'm going to put them all up here. Okay, the first thing is, if you've got two radii that forms an angle, it's called a central angle. And the central angle and the arc that it intersects are the same. Okay? Then we did inscribed angles. So this one is the angle and the arc it intersects. The angle is half as much. Or the arc is twice as much, whichever way you're solving it. So we have a lot of pictures like this. Where we've got two angles here. Since they both intersect this arc right here, they're both the same angle, which means the arc is 120. We also learned that if you've got a quadrilateral inscribed in a circle, opposite angles are congruent or supplementary. So if you know one, you know the other one. That would be 95. Okay, they got to add up to 180. Then we had a chord and a tangent. Okay, this one is the same rule as that one. The angle formed with the tangent is half of whatever the arc is. So if this is 70, this would be 140. Okay? Now, a lot of these you could figure out if you forget the rule. A central angle, if you make a 90, you know this is 1/4 of a circle. So if you take 360 divided by 4, you get 90. So there you can figure out they're the same. If you had an inscribed angle with a diameter, you know this is half a circle, which is 180.
Then
that would have to be 90, half of it. Same thing on this chord one. If you had a diameter and a tangent, you know this is 180, and that's got to be 90 because it can't be the same. They're either the same or half. Then we had the angles formed when two lines intersect. Now, correcting the papers yesterday, I don't think, maybe one person got this right. It's like this one, we'll say that's 100 degrees, and that's about 40 degrees. Okay. If the angle's inside, you add them up and divide by 2, 70. But here's where this one problem a lot of you got wrong. They weren't looking for that angle, they were looking for that one. Okay. So it'd be 110. Okay. There was just one of them in there like that, and like I said, I think one person got it right, the rest of you didn't quite catch it. When we do the test next week, there is one like that on there, but you'll see it on the review. Then, if you've got two secants that intersect, so if this is 100 and this is 50, when the angle's outside, you subtract. 100 minus 50 divided by 2 equals 25. Okay? And that is true if you have a secant and a tangent. You take this arc minus that arc divided by 2. And it's also true if you've got two tangents. You would take this arc minus this arc divided by 2. So these three are the same. You subtract.
So if it's inside, it's
Add, yep, outside you subtract. Then yesterday's assignment was finding the lengths of chords, or missing pieces. Okay, if it's inside, you take the piece times the piece equals the piece times the piece. Okay, and then you solve it. 12x equals 40, so divide by 12, and that'd be 3.3 repeating. If it's outside, so these two pictures look similar. The difference is here you're looking for angles, here you're looking for segment lengths. Then we had ones like this. The picture looks the same, except it's not angles, it's lengths. Okay? And it doesn't matter if it's like that or if it's like a tangent in a secant. It is the outside times the entire length, x plus 8, equals the outside times the entire length, which is 13. And then you solve it. So these are all the things that are going to be on the worksheet today.
okay. Wait, we're just doing them all?
Yep, they're all mixed up.